Anyway, you can't start without a filler word.
I'm beginning with where I ended from, and I shared about my experience with snow season. But this time I think what I'm going to talk about is I'll talk about one of the things that really amazed me, and I think I can talk about farming. In the state where I am currently, actually a place where I am, people really do serious farming. But before, I mean, I never thought that in USA people really do farming like the way they do farming here, and I was so amazed. At one time I happened to go to the farming expo, and I was looking at how things are being done. I was amazed at how much money just the state actually with just people who do cattle or who raise animals, how much they bring in as a revenue. And I discovered that actually the revenue was so high compared to the revenue of the entire farming which is being done in Uganda, just only one state. So you can imagine if all states which are 50 are combined, how much revenue can they bring for only one state? The money that comes with only actually a single or a subsection of farming, just people who do raise cattle and pigs or sheep whatsoever. The meat, those people who raise cattle for meat or who raise stuff for meat and milk, the money that they bring in is way much high compared to the money of our agriculture that we bring in as a nation. So that's one of the things that really amused me in the kind of I'll call it farming. They're farming. They actually do farming, and they're serious about farming. And I think the government really kind of has been able to stand with its people who do farming. I mean, they have some challenges here and there, as people, you know, any person can really have a challenge with how things are being handled. But I would say the government was able or has been able to support its farming people. They are able to, they give them good deals, they give them good grants. There are sectors that are work on that, and then also when they reach to sell their stuff is being sold. The market is available for them to sell their stuff. Unlikely in our country where I was being born, the challenges are a little bit different. You find little farmers who are able to hold themselves up, you know, and if you have been able to hold yourself up, then the government, when you begin bringing in more money, the government, that's when it comes in to tax your money. So it's kind of ridiculous, whereby you have to raise yourself high, and the time when you raise where you're supposed to be, instead of the government helping you to expand your business, what they think about is taxes. So that's one of the things that really amused me. And I'm not able to tell you a lot of stuff concerning farming, but I think that's something that I can share with you. And if I happen to remember anything concerning farming, I'm sure I'm so glad, and I will be able to share it here to those who are listening to me. And you know, there's something also that we didn't know, or we think maybe we take for granted. You know, some of the people think that American people are really lazy. But I'm telling you, American people are not lazy. Just like the way you find a hardworking African and the lazy African, it's the same way you're going to find a hardworking American and a lazy American. So it is either way. Where you go, you're going to find that. Any country that you go in, you find that. There are people who are just lazy by nature, or lazy by how they were being brought up, or lazy by their thinking that they are just lazy. So you find that anywhere. And as you see a person, there are people who are really hardworking, and I'm telling you, when you happen to work with that person, you won't be able to afford that. He may outcompete you. He's just a hardworking person, and he's an American. But anyway, that is something that I also discovered about the hardworking. People are hardworking. And you find other people who are lazy, and every nation has that, and actually every nation complains about that. Just like the way you in Maya, and you say, oh, kids in Maya are so lazy, I think I'll just go and find kids from a different area so that they may come over and work for me. It is the same way you may find a community here and they complain about the kids around the community, how lazy they are. They don't want to work. They are lazy to go and pick up some job. When they're on job, they don't take long and they feel like they want to quit the job. It happens everywhere. It happens in Kenya. You know, actually the time when I went in Kenya, I was amazed when they told me these guys were appreciating our system. And some of the Kenyans, you hear them, they're like, I wish I was in Uganda. These people in Kenya are so corrupt. I touch myself and I'm like, are these guys meaning what they say? Because the place where I would say it was really developed. And these guys had something. In my country, things are a little bit the opposite. And I'm like, these people, I don't know what kind of corruption they talk about here. And I'm like, if they are going through the same corruption, I think we're having the same corruption situation that we are facing as Ugandans. So either way, either you're in Kenya or Uganda, things are the same. But I was amazed as how these guys were talking about corruption, and I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I think if you happen to try Uganda, you also feel the same way. So that's the nature of a man, that, you know, when you're in a place, you're thinking that the whole world is like that, yet the whole world is not like that. Or sometimes you think that the whole world is not like that, it's only on you, yet the whole world is like that. So that's about hardworking. And another thing that I discovered also, if I talk about jobs, I have never been in a nation where you drive and everywhere you go and you find a signpost of hiring. I've never seen that. It is difficult to find it in Uganda. And even by the time when they post a job in news for the government, somebody has taken it in Uganda. In USA, you'll find that in most of the places. And the most time where I've seen that sign of hiring, I mean, by the time when I came here, Trump was the one who was the president. And I think the sign wasn't everywhere. Currently, that sign is everywhere. It's everywhere. They are hiring. Jobs are there. But few people who are willing to work, or not only willing to work, but I think because of what is going on currently, things are changing. People end up like, you know, I don't deserve to be here. So that's a challenge. And as a Ugandan, when you hear this about hiring, I'm sure you may think, you know what, I may have to come over here. But there are also things that go with your decision. And when you think of changing from Uganda to USA, there are things you have to go through. And some of the things people really actually forget them. And they look at the possibility of coming. And once they come here and things change, they end up falling into different people's hands. And that is one of the things actually which is affecting some of the, I won't say many, but some who come here. And you know, you're being promised the heaven, and then when you come here, you end up joining different groups that may put you in trouble. But if you come here in the right way, things are really fine. If you come here in the right way, things are really fine. And there are visas that are there. But we'll talk about the topic of visa and other stuff at the right time. Right now I'm talking about the jobs, and as I say that they are here and they are available. And another thing that I discovered, as a nation, they are willing to train you. They have that culture here. On job training, they will train you. I mean, if you've never gone to school, or if you're having some small paper, you can have a job. Just that, you know, as you are an individual, you may end up having 2 jobs rather than 1 job, because you need to hard work to actually meet your needs. The place where we are is really costly. It's not just a matter of bread and, you know, you just go and work and then you come over. You may find yourself that you are not able to keep up with all the costs that you have to pay, with the insurance, with the mortgage, with maybe rent if you're having rent, with if you went to school with a school loan, and other things that kind of accompany you. But there are a lot of stuff that I'm telling you, you better have to be careful. Don't think that, you know, when they pay me $15 an hour, it's easy money, it's quick money, I'll be able to save, unless you're gonna be sleeping on street where you where you won't have to incur any costs. But if you're gonna be sleeping in somebody's house, or you're gonna be renting, or you're gonna be, I'm telling you, $15 would be little money, because they are allowed. Not only food, not only electricity, not only water, but the other things. There is insurance. Not only insurance for yourself, but also insurance to the car that you're using, insurance to your work, insurance for your health, insurance for the home that you're sleeping in, insurance to even your driver's license. So everything, I think, if you need to have a right calculation before you make a huge decision. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even put myself here.
Why did you say that at the beginning of all your videos?
Oh yeah. I don't say oh yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I say praise God.
No, a lot of times you'll be like, yeah, praise God.
And sometimes it's just a certain word beginning. I didn't know even how to begin.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
Oh yeah, I'm actually recording. Everything that you said, you have recorded
crop
it.
this out.
I'm gonna put it there. To say proper.
Anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. It just feels like when you say, how do they say those words? Why am I recording even when I'm talking to you? You hear names, la 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 la. All right, but there's a darkness. Can you see it? Oh my goodness, it is there. Am I just dark? Okay, I'll just begin. So, anyway.
You can't start without a filler word.